has two different, I guess, branches, right? Labor and working. These are two different things. So when it comes to powder cosmetics, why it was approved, first of all, it's thanks to two amazing rabbis who unfortunately passed away. Rabbi Moshe Feinstein was the first one, and the second one was Rabbi Ovadia Yosef. Rabbi Moshe Feinstein was always pro-women. If he could help a woman look beautiful and simplify her life, he was all for it. And Rabbi Ovadia Yosef was exactly the same way. So the first one, I believe it was maybe in the 80s, don't quote me on it, but Rabbi Moshe Feinstein said that a woman can apply a skin tone powder. It cannot stick. You have to just apply one color. You cannot overlap colors. That was fantastic. But now with the modern world, what do we want? We want a little lipstick. We want an eyeshadow. We want an eyeliner. What do we do? So come in Rabbi Ovadia Yosef, who said any colored powder is acceptable, but there are rules. And the rules are the following. Face has to be absolutely dry and clean. Must be. Okay. There's no overlapping of colors. Very, very important. You have to use different brushes for different color. And also, it cannot be creams or liquids or powders that stick, and you cannot take them off by just rubbing gently with a tissue. So this is what I've done. I have put it all together and presenting it to you. It is an art and science. And sometimes, like me, for example, I love to mix colors. I love to put different shadows on. So for me, it was like, okay, so how do I do that and not break the laws of Shabbat? So I actually created a bunch of videos where you can follow step by step, where you can use 2 colors, 3 colors without overlapping.
That is super awesome. Wow, thank you so much for sharing that. And you are going to share how you actually apply makeup later on today, right?
Absolutely.
But I wanted to ask you, Elena, how did you start your own makeup line? A lot of women want to know, what made you think of this Shabbat makeup?
Actually, it's an accidental brand. I never thought in a million years that I'm actually going to have a makeup brand. I'm a licensed cosmetologist, and in my first salon in Bay Ridge, I used to do a lot of facials, a ton. And every time a woman would come in and she would get a facial done, what she would ask me, she would ask, can I put a makeup on? And I would say, well, no. If any of you ever had a facial done, you know very well that you should not be applying anything because you do have a treatment on and you wanted to, you know, continue working. And on the other hand, it could break you out, it could irritate you. And this is, of course, never a good thing. So the person that I am, I'd like to be, I'm a very much people's pleaser. Tzivia, you already know that.
Oh, big time.
So, what do we do when we want to know something? Google University, right? So I got on Google, I started searching, is there a makeup line that I can apply right after waxing and facials? And unfortunately, I kept hitting a wall. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to go to expos. I'm going to go to beauty shows, beauty expos. Let me see what's up. And I have to say, it took me years. It was not an overnight success. People always say it's, you know, it's overnight success, 10 years in the making. That's exactly what it was. When I met the chemist, you already know how that happened with my husband's foot. When I spoke to the chemist, I said, I really need like foundation, something for women to apply. And he said, absolutely, you need pharmaceutical grade minerals. And I said, what is that? So he explained that all to me. And I said, can we make foundations? It was a very long journey, I have to say, and it took me from one place to the other. There was, my launch was actually live on video. That didn't really work out. So I guess I was meant for the lives, because then I did a lot of those like 7 years later. But it's definitely a turbulent experience. You have, you know, photographers that are not available, and then people don't show up for appointments, and then your website is not done, and 3 months you can't reach out to them. So it's a lot, but I tell you something, if you want to start a brand, anything, you have to be persistent and you do have to believe. You always have to believe. Going back to what Tzivia is doing for us here is really strengthening our core beliefs into miracles. And this was really a miracle, because I did have 2 babies at the time. And now I have, thank God, 4. And it's a juggle, it's a balance, it's oh, Tzivia, you know exactly what this is. So that's how I started the brand, really.
I just love how you do it. You're just like go-getter, and you vision it all, and you're like, I'm doing this with you know, with God's help, and you're pushing a lot of us women. Actually, you're one of the reasons I'm here on this radio station today. You've been pushing me as well, so definitely thank you for that. So Elena, as you know, I absolutely love natural organic stuff, and obviously you carry this natural organic line, which is vegan and cruelty free. So I was wondering, is Annalie Cosmetics' first ever Shabbat makeup that is actually delivering such top quality, Elena?
I can't speak about quality about other brands. There are other brands that do offer makeup for Shabbat, but I personally never used it. I've never tested it. I can't speak about quality. I can only speak about my own quality. So
other brands do offer Shabbat makeup as well, right?
There are companies out there, of course, that do offer, because obviously Rabbi Moshe Feinstein didn't whisper this in my ear. It's been around for a long time. What I did was I took it to a totally different level. I made
a hype about it.
not so much of a hype, but it's a luxury line. It's not your regular powder line. It's a pharmaceutical grade line. It's not a cosmetic line. That's a huge difference. I specifically formulated this line for use for sensitive skin.
Can you explain the difference for us ladies? By the way, if anyone needs the translation, please let us know. Elena, can you explain the difference between pharmaceutical and
cosmetic?
The cosmetic line, yeah.
Absolutely. So pharmaceutical grade is a higher grade of minerals. It's the way we clean it and the way we triple mill it, because I like things to stay put, okay? I don't like it to fall out. With powders, it's tricky, but I will get it to the maximum amount of, stickiness as I can, even when it comes to Shabbat, you know me. So the cosmetic grade is something that you usually find, in the drugstores or in Sephora. There are big brands out there that use mineral cosmetics, and that's the kind of powder you would not apply after facial and waxing. It will irritate it, it could break you out, so you have to be very, very cautious about it. Mine is pharmaceutical, so it's cleaner, it's anti-inflammatory, and it's safe.
Awesome, wow. Elena, so since you told us all that great stuff, and now we're a little bit educated, can you now demonstrate some Shabbat makeup techniques for our ladies?
Of course. So I'm going to show you one brush that I'm obsessed with, and you can use any brush, but this one is simple because it has 4 brushes in one.
I love that one.
I love this brush. So the way I do it is, since you have to apply each color with different brush, I like to keep it this way, and I also write a little notes on it, and we're going to come out with stickers soon. So you grab your foundation, you pick the right color for you, you have your powdered blush, and the way you apply it is you apply blush first. So you're gonna pick up a color, you're gonna dip it in. Do not do this. Don't do that. Like, just kind of get it off. Push it back inside so it falls in there. Then you take it and you apply it on your cheeks on a clean face. This is the first thing you're doing. You're gonna apply it. Same thing here. Then you're gonna grab your foundation brush, dip into your foundation, and make sure to go around or where you need it. The way I always teach is put it in the T-zone, which is this zone right here, right? This is the T-zone. And wherever you have a little redness, discoloration, don't go on top of here or near it. So just like this, you would apply foundation right around this area on top. If you like, if you have under eye circles, you can also apply it under your eyes, or you can use your pinky and just tap it on. Now, it gets tricky if you're going to be doing eyeshadows. If you are going to do eyeshadows, I recommend doing eyeshadows first, because if they're going to fall out, you'll be able to clean it off and then put the rest of the face on. So the way I apply eyeshadows is you pick the color, and also I would love to demonstrate something that actually Tzivia absolutely loves. And if you know her, she loves a line underneath here that is purple or blue.
Blue and purple, yay.
Yes, you see, I know you so well. So guess what I have here? I have the blue powder, and I'm going to grab my brush, the fluffy side. You're gonna take a very small amount because this is super pigmented. And I'm gonna look in my mirror, and you're gonna go underneath your eyes and apply it.
Which brush are you using? Can you show us the brush?
It's a 4-in-1 brush. It's this side.
Oh, it's a little thick. It's okay to use that brush?
Yeah, because this is what I'm going for.
Wow.
If you want a thinner liner, you're going to use this brush. This brush is an 018.
Yeah, that's what I use actually.
And this is an eyeliner brush. This is for a thinner line. I'm gonna look funny, but I'm gonna do a different one underneath here. So all you do is just do itty bitty dashes and line it.
I am so loving this. It's so my look. I love it.
It's
I don't
totally
have
you.
Today, but I love it. I play around with this on Shabbat as well.
Yeah, and so you will apply the eyeshadows, of course, on top, and you're gonna leave a little space in between the colors. That's a key not to break the laws of Shabbat. So you're going to, and if you need to see it step by step, I do have a lot of tutorials, so you can go back and really dive into it. But this is basically how you apply Shabbat makeup on.
That's awesome. So you're not allowed to overlap, right, Elena?
That is correct.
Not overlap the colors and not dip in the brush twice.
You can dip in the same brush 100 times into the same color.
Okay.
So let's say I'm using this brush for the foundation for my skin, right? If I want to switch it up and use it for another color, I cannot do that. But I can reapply with the same brush, the same color all day long.
That is super awesome.
Now for lipsticks, for lips, you're gonna do the exact same thing. They come in little 4-gram sizes like this. You're gonna open it, you're gonna dip your finger in it, and you're gonna apply it. Either with your finger, it will be more pigmented, or with this flat side of the brush.
Just apply the powder.
Apply it.
That is awesome. Let's see if anybody has questions. Ladies, please text us your questions to 347-489-7042 or call us live. We are accepting live phone calls today at 917-609-8929.
The same powders, you can do a bunch of things with it. For example, with your little eyeshadows, you can create custom nail polish. If you'd like, you can dip a clear polish into your powder, because those are pure powders, these are micas, and then apply it onto your nail and it'll stay on like a regular nail polish. If you want a little bit of like a body shimmer, right, like brides do it maybe on your face, you can grab one of our lighter shades and put it into your gel if you want it for the hair, or your regular lotion, and apply it on your body, and it'll be shiny, it'll be gorgeous. So we actually have a ton of tips and tricks what to do with these powders.
Elena, I'm sorry, I'm going to cut you off for just a second. This is not already Shabbat line you're talking about. You're talking about
correct. That's what I said, outside of Shabbat. If you want to use these powders, you can play with them, not on Shabbat.
Correct. Yes, that's what I wanted to clarify to ladies. Do you want to translate it in Russian and explain to ladies which makeup they are allowed to use on Shabbat and what type of makeup they're not allowed to use on Shabbat?
I'm going to try.
Thank you so much. Let's try it.
Окей, дорогие мои женщины, во-первых, спасибо, что вы пришли. Я очень рада всех вас тут видеть, хоть и в comments, но все равно. Эта линия, она специально формулирована из пудр. Эти пудры должны были получить approval, разрешение от рабая. Рабай должен знать все laws, help me out here, Tzivia. Да, все правила, и он должен проверять. Как я сделала, я принесла всю свою линию к рабаю. Это было, было очень funny, я тебе сейчас расскажу эту историю. Я захожу к рабаю, я принесла мейкап. И я ему показываю, я говорю, мне нужно эту blind certify, получить сертификат, что я могу ее использовать на шаббат. Он на меня смотрит, окей. Он берет ее, там на несколько цветов. Actually, для меня это было как-то странно, что Рабай был такой cool, знаешь, он такой, да, давай, посмотрим, класс, это твоя парноса, ты молодец.
Ты нам скажешь имя Рабая?
А?
Имя Рабая скажешь?
Да, Рабай Элияху бен Хаим. Он бедзин Квинса, да.
Ура, окей.
И он берет powder, ставит себе на руку, kosher, kosher, kosher. О май гад, я была такая счастливая. Но это было, конечно же, не approval right there and then. Он должен был взять ее, он говорит, дай мне там пару дней. Он консультировался с 6 другими рабаями. Я стояла outside комнаты, это было вообще что-то. И они в 6 там все это с макияжем этим смотрели и разговаривали на эту тему. Было очень интересно, если я могла бы это записать. Конечно,
6 раввинов? 6 раввинов? 6 раввинов?
6 раввинов, да, благодаря рабаю Ицхак Абрамову, он меня свел с рабаем Элияху бен Хаимом, он сказал, приходи, тут как раз все здесь, и будет тебе, самое, конечно, лучшее, когда больше рабаев видят и могут протестировать, тогда это более уже как бы серьезно. И через несколько дней нам позвонил рабай Ицхак Абрамов и говорит, приходите, у него для вас есть ответ. Мы приходим, я такая была нервная, мой муж говорит, они тебя никогда не апрувают, они очень strict, нужно... Я говорю, no way, они мне апрувают, потому что у нас все по закону. И действительно так и получилось. Рабай прям благословил линию, сказал, это твое, ты молодец, что ты помогаешь женщинам, что ты хочешь, чтобы они, кипали больше шаббат. И линия родилась.
Отлично. Wow, that is so amazing. Yeah, it's totally important. We have to, look presentable, especially for our husbands. That's primarily. So I think, wow, we're on another level today. That's a super awesome story. Elena, we need to touch another topic here. Yes. Since we can't use moisturizers on Shabbat, right? And we're applying all the powders and sometimes our skin is super dry. What are some of your skincare tips?
So first of all, I always say makeup is your last step in skincare. It's not your first and only thing. It's your last step. What it means is, do you want me to say it in Russian or in English, or it doesn't matter? We'll translate, whatever you want.
Let's see. Yeah,
so,
you could say it in English. We have a lot of American listeners here, and if anyone
sure, no problem,
requests Russian, we'll translate.
So basically what I recommend is definitely get some kind of a scrub for your face. Why do I say for your face? Because if you have different types of pores, you may hurt it, right? If it's large pores, you need a smaller scrub or no scrub. So speak to someone who is qualified, like your esthetician, like your cosmetologist, whoever you go to. Next, you should have things at home. So besides going and getting your facial done, you should have things at home. I always have moisturizers. I have heavy one for the night and lighter one for the morning. Unless you have super dry skin, then you need to address the internal problem, which could be dehydration. And Tzivia knows very well about it because she is a waterholic. She's a waterholic. She drinks water like I've never seen before. That's why you look so radiant. I know your secret, girl. So water is number one. Whenever you see someone with beautiful skin, first thing that you're going to ask them is, what do you do? Second thing, they're going to tell you they're drinking water. Water is your friend. Now, when it comes to Shabbat, if you're taking care of your skin all week long, there is no reason, unless you have a medical condition, there is really no reason why you have to have super dry skin. Now, in the case where you really, really do need a moisturizer that day, you can use, and please always consult with your rabbis on literally everything under the sun when it comes to Shabbat, because this is individual. And so he can allow you to use a liquid moisturizer. It's basically like water. It's very loose water-based moisturizer that you spray on. You do not rub it on. You just spray it on your face, let it dry completely, and then when it's dry, you can apply makeup, Shabbat makeup on.
That is super awesome. Any more tips you want to give us ladies on natural makeup? Well, I'm going to be looking at some questions here.
Yes. So basically, with lip powders, you have a choice. Right now, we have currently 3 lip powders that you can use as eyeshadows as well if you'd like. But we are adding another 2 shades, which we had a lot of women ask to get a little bit more variety. And so we're adding those. They are all with a shiny finish. Also, when you're if you're not sure what your color is, we do have sampler kits. Sample kits are wonderful, and they're refillable. They're super, super cute. They come with a card. I'm going to show you the card. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's really bright. But the card is very cute, and you have all the instructions here in the back that you can use on Shabbat, and you have QR codes to scan outside of Shabbat and watch the tutorials. So it's very cute. It comes with your makeup when you buy it.
I wish we can watch the tutorial here. Maybe you can somehow share the screen on your iPad? Sure. Are you able to do that?
Let's try. 1 second.
And meanwhile, I'm going to look at some questions here. Meanwhile, Elena is trying to retrieve her Shabbat tutorial little video here. It's an awesome video, by the way. Love her videos. By the way, a little miraculous story from Tzivia here. The first time I saw Analay Cosmetics, it was on YouTube, and I totally fell in love with this girl's energy. And I said, well, I didn't even know she's Russian speaking, and especially from my community. And I was like, wow, this is incredible, all natural and organic. And I'd love to work with her one day. And you know what? Maybe even do a music video. And then it just happened. Isn't that amazing?
Oh my God! You know what? And it's so cute. By the way, I have a video pulled up if you guys want it. Yes. It's funny because I'm actually obsessed with karaoke, and Tzivia knows this. I'm obsessed with karaoke. That's my jam. And you want to?
Elena is an amazing, outstanding singer, by the way.
Oh, for those thank you. I'll beat people in karaoke, but that's it. No, but the funny part is that whenever I'm stressed out, one of the things that I do is I start singing. And my husband already knows that when I am so stressed that I have to start the karaoke, he grabs the kids, he goes to the room and he says, don't bother mommy, mommy's stressed. It's really great.
Those husband stories, we have to, by the way, did you know that I'm compiling a book here? I'm collecting all the miracle stories. So for everyone, please send away your miracle stories. And this is really awesome. We love them. Funny husband, miraculous stories. Awesome. Elena, we have a question here.
Yes.
Are you allowed to contour on Shabbat and Yom Tovim? We have a question from number 0955. Are you allowed to contour on Shabbat and Yom Tov?
You can do whatever you want as long as you don't overlap colors, to make it simple.
So how do you contour if you don't overlap?
So what you contour, you can take this brush, for example, instead of dipping it into the foundation and blush, you're gonna take your bronzer or whatever you're contouring with, and you're gonna just apply that at the areas where you need to look slimmer, right? Here under the cheekbone, under the jawline, around the nose area. But that will be like the only thing that's on your face, unless you can squeeze in foundation like on top here, basically the point is that yes, you can, as long as you do not overlap with other things.
That is amazing. We have here Kyla Clapper. Hello, she's saying, I love that you have made this so clear for those who need it. They say, Ina here, Irinachka. Hello, she's saying, yes, makeup is the last step. Wow, and yes, you are, she says, one great singer, which you are. Totally. We have to make a duet, Elena. It's coming soon one day. So
anytime, girl.
Okay, if you have any more questions, we have a few minutes before the show ends. Please send your questions and or call us live. So, Elena, this is super fun.
Yes, I'm really enjoying.
We want to thank you so very much for finding the time to teach us how to glam ourselves up on Shabbat. Yeah, legally, kosherly.
Kosher way, yes.
Yes. And we would like to give you a final word for today's show. What would you like to wish to our listeners and viewers, Elena?
Well, first of all, have goals, and follow through. Persistence is the key. If you're going to be giving up every time somebody's going to say something, you will never achieve your goal, ever. You can forget about it. If you're going to be sensitive to every single negative comment, to every single thing that they're, to judgment, you'll never, ever achieve anything in your household, in business, in life. It will always be a big, giant failure. So if you're going to take one thing away from today, it's you have to stick to what you believe in and keep going.
Thank you, Elena. Thank you so much. Our dear ladies, this one is for you. You can actually now log on to analycosmetics.com and type in my name, Tzivia K, as one word to get a 10% discount. Also, please feel free to download our app, Radio Positive Plus TV, on Google Play and or App Store. And tune in every Thursday on Tzivia K's show, Miracles Go On, from 2 to 3 p.m. A lot of girls ask. I know there are girls that are super frum that do not have a Facebook page and can't watch us live. It will be posted on a weekly basis, 1 week after the show, to YouTube. So please also follow us on our YouTube channel, Radio Positive Plus TV. А настоящая красота женщины – это ее улыбка и свет доброты ее глаз. Оставайтесь добрыми, светлыми и всегда на позитиве. Talking about colors, here's a beautiful and original song for women and girls only by Shane Delantellis and Nechama Cohen, Full Color. See you next Thursday. Peace, love, and lots of light, my dear ones.
Do you ever feel like you have something to say, bottled up inside? Even when you're almost there, but you feel too scared to veer from black and white. Don't be afraid, your potential has no limits. Take a leap of faith and jump right in to full color now. Take your dreams and bring them out. Unleash your power, let's do this together. Full color now. Time to push away the doubt. When you feel you finally found the truth, the world is waiting for you. Even if you're feeling stuck in patterns you can't change, to bloom you need a little rain. Whoa, I wanna see you shine, so come on, share your light. We'll lift each other up. Don't be afraid, your potential has no limits. Take a leap of faith and jump right in to full color now. Take your dreams and bring them out. Unleash your power, let's do this together. Full color now. Time to push away the doubt. When you feel you finally found the truth, the world is waiting for you. I'm so happy that I had the choice to change my life and use my voice. You showed me that I could break through. Now I see colors that I never knew. Don't be afraid, your potential has no limits. Take a leap of faith and jump right in to full color now. Take your dreams and bring them out. Unleash your power, let's do this together. Full color now. Time to push away the doubt. When you feel you finally found the truth, the world is waiting for you. Na 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 na. The world is waiting for you. The world is waiting and ready for you.
Positive Life